let me just I'm gonna listen to Stardew Valley stuff today because, like, I want to play Story Seasons Grand Bazaar so bad. I want to go back to grinding out all of the stuff I've been working on, but I have so much art I need to do. I barely managed to get token art ready for my tabletop game that I run on Mondays. But, like, there's another token I really need to work on because, like, I need it sooner rather than later, even if it's not the immediate one. But drawing's hard. So I'm gonna listen to comfy farming sim music, and I'm just gonna try and draw. Okay. So I'm just gonna get this pulled up as a reference, and then last time, what did I use as a base? You know what? Fuck it, Weeball. I can just use this and erase everything. There will be no survivors. Okay. So the text we don't need. I need to keep the glow layer. I do need to keep this little highlights layer. I'm actually gonna name it for my convenience. I didn't do that last time, but I should. Is the music too loud? It's probably not, right? I'm just gonna do a little bit of volume fixing. Where is it? Just a little bit, okay? Because I'm not talking very loud, so I don't want it to, like, music over me, play over me. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Today was not a good day at work for me. I am so tired whenever I get up to go to work because I have to get up at like 7:20 in order to make it on time for my shift. And on top of that, I'm fairly certain I'm starting my period this week just from like various symptoms, like warning signs I've been having regarding it. Like I've got a persistent bit of acne, my stomach's been hurting, so on and so forth. And so it was not a good day at work because, like, I got stuff done, I was productive, but I was so fucking bored. I just wanted to be home, you know? And then the second I got home, it's like, what if I potato and I do nothing? And it's like, no. If you potato, you'll never achieve anything. Don't do it. Man. Why is life so hard? And then tomorrow, my husband and I, we have a meeting with some cleaners that are going to be giving us an estimate. Because we do need to get this place cleaned. Like, we do a bunch of regular household cleaning, but not the, like, high-tier, deep clean that you're expecting when you're preparing a house to be sold on a market, you know? And that's really tough to do. And so it's like, damn. Alright, sure. Why is this one? That shouldn't be. Okay, I've erased this, and now I'm also going to delete this layer. And then I'm going to make a new one of these layers, get rid of you. And I'm just gonna do some test lines real quick. Okay, if I go to like... Yeah, those points work pretty well. Now, what if I go to select and move it? Because last time I was having issues with that too. No, that's clean. That's clean. Alright. Then I just need to, like, not fuck up my lines at all, and I won't have to worry about any artifacting going on. Okay. What I want to do is a Lurk emote. Now, one thing that I saw in terms of emotes is that for Lurk emotes, there seem to be two types. There's one where the lurking is coming from the side of the emote, but there's also one where they're like peeking in over the bottom. And it doesn't make sense to have both. I think I like the one where it's peeking in over the bottom instead, because like, it's just a little cuter to me, in theory. Although the side peeking one is also really cute. I keep running into issues. Hello, Evie. Welcome in. How you doing tonight? Also, Nick, thank you for the lurk. Enjoy whatever you're doing on the side. I'm just gonna be here working. Also, I have ice cream cake. I should use that. Hello, Cookie. Welcome in. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing all right. Work was boring. I didn't have fun with that. The work is always boring. I think the bigger thing is that I'm probably starting my period soon, so it's like, man, I don't like that. Unfortunately, getting that like peak effect, as if you're coming over the side of something, is pretty difficult when you're not like a professional who's used to doing things. I am not a professional. I don't know how emotes work. Maybe instead of doing a line, it should be more like I just have the hands available? Because it's not gonna work with either if I do a white background, it's not gonna work with the dark background Twitch, or if I do a dark background, it's not gonna work with the light background Twitch. Doing fine. Dumb things you did this week include buying $100 worth of video game OSTs on CDs. Oh no, that sounds lit, Cookie! What OSTs did you get? I have the OST for The Last Story on a CD, and it's beautiful to display. I still haven't actually had the chance to listen to it, though, because nothing has a CD drive nowadays. But it's great! I should clarify. I haven't had a chance to listen to the CD, but obviously I know what The Last Story's OST is, you know? I also have, I think it's the Rune Factory 5 OST and the Rune Factory 4 OST? No, I think it's just the Rune Factory 4 art book. But yeah, AV periods are never fun. Hate them with my entire being. My ice cream cake is melting very fast, so I know I promised you guys art. I'm just gonna finish my ice cream cake though, sorry! You ordered the Expedition 33 OST, and the Valhalla and the World of Horror OSTs. Oh, I forgot about the Valhalla OST! Ooh. I might have to get that. That OST slaps. You hate it when you feel it coming because you always get a terrible headache before yours starts? Ooh, that sucks, Evie. My periods tend to be pretty light as far as symptoms go. The worst part is I traditionally get like a pretty sensitive stomach in the first few days, at the same time as I will get some pretty bad like thigh or abdominal pain. And it just makes existing a nightmare. Fun fact, the Valhalla OC was more expensive than an IRL recipe book for the drinks. Okay, wait. Wait. How does the IRL recipe book work? Did they determine like which alcohol should be used in place of the 4 standard ones in setting? Or did they decide on a per drink basis what would best suit it? No clue, you haven't bought that book. If I drank, I'd probably get it. That sounds like such a fun time to be able to make the drinks from the game. But I don't drink alcohol, so it'd be a waste on me. Alright, that'll have to do for the ice cream cake. I let some of the ice cream melt, but I got most of it. I see so many pretty alcoholic drinks that you just admire from afar. You don't drink. They always look so nice. They have to justify that crazy price tag somehow, I guess, but I never actually end up wanting them. Alright, I guess let's just for now go with like there is a line where like the hands can try and peek on top of, and like if Twitch doesn't like it, well, if we die, we die. I'll move it a little bit lower. So my thought is, I've been using the human form of my girl a lot, but I feel like we could use the cat form a bit more. So I think like a peek with the cat form would be super cute. Looks so pretty, like actual juice, but it's alcoholic. Uh-huh. You'll occasionally only drink at special events, even then you hate the taste of most alcoholic beverages. Thank you! Everybody I talk to that likes alcohol is like, oh yeah, you'll get used to the taste eventually. It's like, no, I fucking don't. I've been trying drinks on and off for years now, and I just don't like them. I keep on, like, gaslighting myself into thinking, maybe this one is one I'll like, and then I don't. I just don't. It's too bitter. It's gross. Bleh. You'd think I would learn one day and just stop trying. But every time I see the pretty drinks at events, it's like, oh, I want a pretty drink. I want something cool and fancy and fun. Why don't I have something cool and fancy and fun? For peaking emotes, is it more like a 3/4 thing, or is it a frontal? I think it's either way. Yeah, for lurking, it's either way. I see a lot of different variations, which is good. So I think I'm just gonna wing a lot of it from here on out. It looks so pretty and colorful, but you know if you try it, you'll hate the taste. Uh-huh. Take it from me, you will hate the taste. Alright, so vague little paw. I think it should be rounder than that. Because, you know, cat paws are really cute when they're round, not when they're, like, super wide. I will do the same thing on this one. I guess maybe they should ideally be, like, little mochi blobs. Is that, like, a good way to judge cat paws? I think it is. And then, you know, previously, yeah, I did the 3 little nubs version, but I think cat paws technically are supposed to have 4. I'm gonna stick with the 3 little nubs. Is anybody going to know the difference? Don't worry about it. These are not anatomically correct cat paws, but I think we can deal with that for the sake of emotes. Words. You do want to try soju because you hear that it tastes more like juice? I've had soju before, and maybe it's just like the brand that I had, but it definitely still had the alcohol burn. It wasn't as bitter as others, but I could definitely still tell I was drinking alcohol. It was not just juice. Like, anybody who says, like, oh, I couldn't tell, they're fucking lying. I will admit, it paired pretty well because it was like a Korean barbecue place that we went to. When I got past the bitter alcohol burn, like, the actual flavor of it, because it was kind of fruity, paired pretty well with the meat. But otherwise, nah, man. Last alcoholic beverage you had was hard Mountain Dew. Oh, how do they make hard Mountain Dew? Is it like, do you mix it with vodka or something? It'd have to be something relatively flavorless, right? If it's meant to be a hard Mountain Dew. Then we have a big, cute peaky head here. And then there would be like the cat tufts of fur here. And then like there should technically be like, you can see like the red collar here. Yeah. Should we, oh, we can have the little clover peek out with the paws too. I don't know how legible that's gonna be though. Okay, thinking. What if we move these paws around a little bit? Like, You here. And then you here. Oh, ideally, maybe this should have been mirrored. Maybe I should have set up a ruler or something. Huh. A ruler or a mirror thing? Fuck it, we ball. We're freehanding things. Who needs tools? Oh, and then if I get the angle right, it could be like we're kind of like looking up, like this. We're peeking up. Gotta get the big ol' ears to fill space, because we can. Why the hell not? And then if we're looking up, then that's gonna like change the cheek fluff. I think it'd be more like up here. And like the cat snouts, they're actually kind of small, all things considered. And we gotta have a big smile, because that's cuter. What's cuter than the :3 face? That. Duh. I feel like the angle on this still isn't working with like being up, so I'm just gonna there we go. I'm gonna fuck with this a little bit. I might have to use the liquefy tool instead. I'm just gonna do some basic distortion angling stuff. Maybe something like that. Wait, you could still taste the alcohol and it's also caffeine free? What? Is regular Mountain Dew caffeine free? If it's not, then why would... Oh, I guess they would do that because you're not supposed to have a stimulant and a depressant at the same time. Not like anybody actually follows that rule, but you're not supposed to. But if it's normally has caffeine, then goddamn, that sucks. Oh, it's even worse than the last one. Normally cat eyes are actually pretty big. It's just like the slits are small. But I guess if this is meant to be like excitement, then maybe like big eye. Or we could just go with the default of the what I had on the reference, which is like these. Oh, I think that's way cuter. Alright, never mind. No real eyes. Just little bean eyes. Fun fact, I got this method of drawing chibi eyes from Kainam. She's a webcomic artist, or was? Is. She is a webcomic artist who did Nuzlocke comics like 10, 15 years ago, I think. And now she's kind of doing like sporadic updates of a sequel comic to one of her old Nuzlocke comics nowadays, but she's also, I think she's doing her clinical stuff for her degree or something. Yeah. Oh god! I inhaled my water. I'm alive. Alright, that's enough chatting about random things unrelated to art, I guess. Or else I'm gonna start choking on water again. I love drawing chibi eyes like that, but you got it more from anime than anything. True! It's also very common in anime. But I specifically remember like looking at Kainam's comics and going like, I love how she draws the eyes, and immediately stealing it. Alright, how many cheek tufts kind of meant to be like 2? Oh no, Evie. Don't make me drink water. Okay, I survived this one. I'm not gonna die yet. Oh my god, what is that emote? The smile emote for Volpixie, is that meant to be so silly? I mean, of course it is. That's just her brand. She's so funny. I love how much of a dork she is. Wash down the water with more water. No! Save me! So now here's where the issue is. Normally I separate the head with the collar. And so I guess that would be like about here, right? But on real cat bodies, normally the collar is actually like super sunk in and then they like fluff out afterwards. But I kind of made this a chubby kitty, you know, a little bit. Like, it's still mostly proportionate, but like, that's a pretty thick neck. Alright, it's fine. We're winging it. Maybe I abandon the head tilting up or like the crystal coming out over here. Cause like, I can't even get the full crystal in here without fucking with like how it should be aligned. Like it looks like that. Which gets cut off at the bottom of the emote, so it ruins the illusion of the paws popping out. Okay, I think I give up on the crystal. And so I'm gonna go back to this part, and I'm just gonna like shift it down some. And we're gonna like expand this up to take up more space. Gotta use all the emote space possible to make it legible. I don't want it to clip off the side, so I gotta be mindful of that. Okay, that's good enough, probably. And then, like, since we don't have to tilt the head up, we can just take this. Look at that. What a cute kitty. Okay, and then line here to finish off the like surface that it's popping out from. And then if I was smart, I would have actually left enough room to show off the tail. Too bad. Too late. I don't care. Do I care? Do I care? No. No. I don't think I care. I don't think I care. We don't have to like force perspective or anything. No way. No way. Too much work. Alright, so yeah, it's basically just ears here, cheek fur on the side wherever it makes it look fluffy. Cool. So in this case, I think like the cheek fur would actually come out like around here. Like kind of like that. And then good enough? Man, it's a great thing. People can't see how awkward this looks up close. Wait a minute. I mean, like, it's not gonna be up close when it's an emote. It's not like all of your proportion mistakes get amplified when you shrink it down and you can't hide it in the details. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No pressure. Dropped my pen. How I can drop my pen when I am just sitting here doing nothing except drawing? Don't fucking worry about it. I'm so bad at this. This is what I meant, but like if I didn't do this stream, I would just potato. I'm at that point in the day where I'm just nothing. I can't do anything actually. All of my skills have gone out the window because my processing power of my brain has been reduced dramatically by I don't want to be at fucking work, spamming my brain 24/7. And then I look for anything to engage me other than work. But like, I gave myself a 24-hour period before I'd start text RP in one game that I'm in, and then like I did for a different game that I'm in, but they only got back to me after work was done, so I couldn't distract myself. Why does this look so bad? Man. Okay, maybe it's that like I'm going down for the cheek fur. Yeah. I need to puff it up more. Okay, don't worry. I'm not rage quitting, not yet. But yeah, I'm tired, brain melty, but I must draw. I used to be able to draw all the fucking time. What's happened to me? Adulthood. The crushing realities of life. Try thumbnailing other poses. I mean, like, I like the peak option more. From here, but like another one, I guess if I hide all my folders and stuff. Why are you? Oh yeah. It's less that I'm not feeling the cheek fur, but the other options that I've seen, I guess I'm gonna show you guys my shitty ass thumbnailing at a really small scale because this is only like 200 something pixels. So I've seen like a couple different formats. There's a wall here and somebody like peeking out the side, and you got like a hand here and you go blink 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 hi. And then I have seen just people do like the whole face popping out of the background. And then even sometimes like text for Lurk as well. I don't like that. I think emotes are best when they don't have text and they can convey the emote without the text, you know? Let's see. Then there was the one I was just doing where they've got like the line and then you got the little hands and you do the little like haha. Technically I've seen some where it's like a 3/4 view, which I think is technically the easiest one to draw for most people, is the 3/4 view. There's also one that I saw where it's like playing off of like the theming of the VTuber, PNG tuber, like they're from water or it's in the bushes or something like that, you know? Or like I see one with like a mug, that's cute. But I don't know, unless I wanted to do like a clover patch as my theming, where it'd be like a bunch of these. Wow. But I feel like that's getting too bogged down in the details. But like that would be the idea, is like just make a clover patch and then like, you know, probably shift him down some. You know. And then I guess like in theory it could be like a 3/4 view of like that. Those are like the basic templates I've seen for emotes, is like the wall peak or the bottom peak, and sometimes there's no bottom, it's just the face and like text, or sometimes the text will be here on the wall, that sort of thing. Or I guess like it could be down here too. But I don't know, I think I'm pretty married to that original one I was working on, because I like the illusion of... I like the illusion of the paws peeking over the bottom here. I just think it's cute. And then... I need to open this folder again. And then, like, if we can, like, kind of convey the idea, there's, like, arms here. That's something. Fluffy kitty bullshit. How thick do I want the collar to be? I think that's fine where it is right now. It'll let like a little bit of the white chest fur peek out. And this will be the pink rose gold color. And then I need the ear fur like roughly blocked off up here. Because we want to try and show that the ears are fluffy too. Sit here and potato like a fool. That's me. That's me on days when my brain is broken because I don't want to be at work. And that's me today. Look, I can be needlessly dramatic. What's better than being a little dramatic sometimes? I'm a former drama kid, theater nerd, however you want to call it. Like this is our life. This is just who we are. Endlessly dramatic for no damn reason. I guess in this case I'd have to like make the cheek fur go up here and then like something like that for the ear there. I don't like the shape. But dramatic can be nice. Yeah, see, exactly. I'm right. Ha! Ha ha ha. Oh, the ear tips. I forgot about the ear tips. I need to shrink this down just for the sake of the ear tips. It's a very cute part of the cat. Cannot be ignored. Okay? Okay. Glad we all understand. The song sounds kind of familiar. It's because I'm listening to the Stardew Valley OST, because I'm trying to stop myself from playing Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. On days where I potato, it's like a pull out the comfort game. Oh, farming sim time. Yippee! So I don't play Grand Bazaar. I'm listening to Stardew Valley. Because, like, I have played myself out of Stardew Valley. I've never done, like, a perfection file or anything along those lines that a lot of people aim for. But unless I'm playing multiplayer, I generally don't have the strength of will, I guess, to play my own solo files. So listening to Stardew Valley music turns off the I want to play this instinct in my head. Does that make any sense? Alright, well, the ear tips aren't as cute as I hoped they would be. I think it's because I made them too thin, and I need to make them more chunky. Hello, Nashoba! Welcome in! Also, I don't think I said hi to you properly, Randomist, so also hello to you! Welcome in as well! How are you both doing tonight? Not at all, but you do. You're gonna pretend it makes sense. Thanks, guys! You're the realist. Just letting me be delirious. I got you. Or know what? You got me. Thanks. And I feel like part of this is I'm making the ears too smooth when they're also meant to be fluffy. Like, you can't really see it here on the outside, but on the inside they're supposed to have fluff. But I can't really convey that on the inside with the white fluff. So, more fluff. Yeah, honestly, no, even though you should be grateful. Uh-oh, what happened? Is it work or something? Little fluff there, and then like more fluff there. It's roughly looking where it should be. You had your doctor's appointment today. Ooh! How'd it go? How'd it go? Did they find anything? Saying things that only make sense to me is also part of the being alive experience, similar to being needlessly dramatic. Fair enough! There's probably some really cool philosophical thing I could be saying about like our own perceptions of the world and how they color what we see and experience and feel. Nah, man. I'm not smart enough for that right now. There is a theory? They said they think you need a new mattress and box springs? Oh, a new mattress and box springs specifically? Okay. I guess that's just like what your mattress is sitting on then, right? So it's that your sleep is being impacted? I think, like, the idea for this, like, the sketch is roughly good to go. Hello, Lamp! Welcome in! How are you doing today? You've caught me at me being very silly and dumb and not good at drawing, but it's fine. A sketch is a sketch. We can try to clean it up from here. So we just go boop. Okay. And now is where the hard part begins. I had it on the 10 thickness lines last time, and I think those showed up pretty well. So I'm just gonna go for it and pray. The bigger the smile, the cuter it is, right? Right. I just chillin', took a break from shiny hunting and Z after you got another shiny rabbit. Oh. Well, I mean, like, good on the shiny, but the one that you already had, not so good. At least you have extras for if anybody ever needs one. The show, but they think you pulled something that takes a long while to heal, but your mattress and box springs are preventing your insides from healing properly. Weird! I mean, I've heard horror stories like that before of a bad mattress completely, like, ruining your body, but to think that it would stop something from healing for that long? Crazy. What are you gonna get instead then? Like, are you gonna get a new mattress frame entirely? Already had a urinalysis, blood work, CT scan, everything came up well. So just doing ultrasound to be sure. Okay. Drawing looks cute so far. Thank you! I'm trying really hard, even if it doesn't seem like it. Oh, by the way, you guys should be so ready for April Fool's Day next year. I've got such a gimmick cooked up, and we're already 4 months away. But don't you worry, it'll be so fucking funny for like 5 seconds, and then I'm gonna run the bit into the ground, and you guys are gonna hate me. And it's gonna be great. Don't you worry. But today, I'm just drawing bad because I'm tired. I say drawing bad. I recognize that, like, a lot of what I can do is better than what many people can do. I'm just... Let me be dramatic, okay? Blah. It does sound like an excellent April Fool's bit. Haha, you don't even know what the bit is. You just know it sounds funny, which is great. I'm the best. Because being funny is about planning out your jokes, right? It's about preparing ahead of time instead of, like, being in the moment and just being able to naturally go off of the flow of the conversation and what other people are saying and catering to your audience. No, it's none of that. It's actually about preparing material ahead of time and sticking to a script. And wait a minute, why is this just acting? And why am I wrong? Don't worry about it. Your dad and the pharmacist is skeptical, as are you. You both agree that's all that can be done. If there's another issue, then there's nothing you can do other than wait and see. No, that makes sense. Like, it is really surprising that it could be a sleep issue, of all things. But, I don't know. I think if you were supposed to have replaced this a long time ago anyway, what better time than now, you know? Use it at least as an excuse to treat yourself for all the work that you've been getting done to try and figure this out. From your understanding, most comedians actually do prepare their acts ahead of time. Shh, shh, shh. They're professionals. They're professionals. They can actually figure out how to be funny ahead of time and have it work. What I'm talking about is the whole, like, somebody goes, oh man, I've got the funniest joke, and I'm gonna sit on it for this whole conversation and then tell it and expect everyone to laugh, and then nobody laughs, and it's like, why didn't anybody laugh? And it's because, like, you prepared your fucking joke. No? Anybody? Okay. I insist the funniest I've ever been was one time my husband and I were shopping at the grocery store, and he picked up this giant ass turnip off a display and was like, I want this turnip. And I was like, why? Why do you want this turnip? We've never cooked with a turnip once in our lives. What could possibly convince you to get this turnip? Actually, no, it wasn't that he did it in front of me. We had split up to get, like, fruits and vegetables and stuff like we normally do because it's a pretty big shopping area, and he just came back randomly with a turnip. And then I asked him, why in the world do you want this turnip? And he's like, wow, it's really cool. Look at how big it is. It's as big as my head. I want to use it. What are you going to use the turnip for? I'll figure something out. It's an adventure. And so I'm sitting here going, oh my fucking god, I don't even know what turnips taste like. I don't even know if I like turnips. This could be a disaster in progress. But okay, sure. And then we get to the checkout line, and the people there have never seen anybody actually buy one of those turnips, apparently, because they're teenagers. They're still probably pretty new. And so they're trying to figure out how to scan the turnip, because the turnip doesn't have a barcode or anything else like that. And so they have to go looking through their cheat sheet of all the little codes that you put in the loose vegetables and fruits on, except the turnip is not on the cheat sheet, because nobody buys the fucking turnips. So then they have to go searching, not the cheat sheet, but the actual screen for, like, the database of all the different codes for the items there. And they're looking. The turnip, they cannot find the fucking turnip code. And so we're watching them do this. The turnip is like the last item they have to scan. And I'm sitting here going, oh my god, they've never had to worry about the turnips until now. And so I'm sitting there with my husband like, why did you get this turnip? We don't need a turnip. What are you even gonna make with this? Look, you're making them search. Why are you getting this turnip? And so of course he's responding, and like we're both escalating, or, you know, in a faux way of like we're turning this into an argument, but like we're not actually upset about it. We're just trying to make it a little less awkward as they're trying to figure out what the hell to do to find this turnip in the system. And it gets to the point where we've got both of them laughing as we are checking out of the line. I think eventually it ends up being that like some kind of manager comes over and is able to find the code for them, and it's fine. It's fine. We're not in trouble or anything. But I'm sitting here going, why would you do this to them? And he goes, I'm sorry, I didn't know, that sort of thing. And so we had both of the strangers who did not know us, who should have seen us as an annoyance because we got a product that they've never really had to put in as a code before, and they were laughing. And that's the funniest I've ever been. I'm never going to top that. I've peaked at the age of like, I don't know what age I was when I had that conversation, 26, 27, maybe even 25. I peaked at the ripe young age of mid-20 something, and I will never be that funny ever again. Goodbye. I say goodbye, but I'm still here. Don't you worry, guys. I'm not ending stream until, like, probably past midnight. ET. EST? You know what I mean. See, because I kind of like the idea of having, like, the ridge of the ear there, and so then, like, the tuft of hair here. Whoosh. I'm completely changing what the sketch says. Don't worry about it, guys. I'm good at this, maybe. No, because if I hide the sketch and I like zoom out on that, it makes it's curving weirdly. I don't like that. However, I can maybe make the curve better if I do something like that. Yes. And then to compensate on the other side, like that. Ear depth! That's not gonna be visible from a distance, but ear depth! not big on turnips themselves, but turnip greens aren't bad. The turnip that we bought didn't have the turnip greens on it. It was just the turnip root, I think is what they are. A giant fucking turnip root the size of my head. That's all it was. I think he put it in a sheet roast and it didn't really taste like anything. Maybe it'd do better in a soup. For some reason, that reminded the couple that were arguing when you were working retail. Was it an actual argument or a joke argument? Because, like, we specifically, again, we're not actually arguing. We were just, you know, shooting the shit, trying to make it less embarrassing that, like, you know, we got the one item they couldn't fucking find and we're inconveniencing them. The ears are uneven. Okay, no, I don't want you. Can I pinch? Nope. Whoop. That doesn't move the actual points. Come here. Okay, you know what? Instead of moving that, I'm just gonna cut it off at inopportune locations and whoop. I think it's roughly... Aha, the ear goes further down here. I really should have turned on something to do with symmetry, huh? Don't worry about it. Rotate you. Again, we want to avoid going off the sides if at all possible. And then I can grab you. Okay, and then now I can do a little bit of the point manipulation. Something like that. Yeah, I think that's gonna be roughly better in the long run. Speaking of prepared joke thing, you finally got to use a joke you've been wanting to use for a while yesterday. Ooh, go ahead, randomist. I want to hear it now. Tell me, what was it? The couple was arguing about which one of them was hotter. The girl pointed to me and told her boyfriend that she could tell I wanted her, and went on to express that she could have you in a heartbeat. Then went on to tell me you had pretty eyes right in front of the boyfriend. Oh my god, Nashoba. Oh, you were just an innocent bystander. I mean, okay, so now the question is, how did you respond? Did you immediately go for the boyfriend, or... Don't mind me being bi as hell. Sounds like a dramatic pair of individuals. More dramatic than me, and that's saying something. I'm dramatic. Okay, there we go. Alright, I like this ear a lot. This ear is still confounding me. It's always how it goes. You can draw one eye, but not the other. You can draw one ear, but not the other, you know? I think I am just going to, like, cut off the ear fur there. Maybe not. Maybe I like it with the line there, and I can just separate the colors manually. Fuck. Said nothing till she told you about having pretty eyes and you just said thank you. Oh, man. If I was having a conversation like that and I tried to pull a stranger into it and all they did was say thank you to the compliment and then nothing else, I think I would just die on the spot. Like, oh, okay, I was trying to do a bit. Or maybe they weren't trying to do a bit. Maybe they were genuinely fighting about who was hotter. I don't know why that should be a concern, but they do them, I guess. It's their relationship. You know, who am I to judge? You know, I do think it's a little offensive that, you know, you just walk up to somebody in retail and be like, I know you want me. I could have you if I really wanted to. Like, damn, bitch, are you making assumptions? Kind of. But maybe that's not as weird as I think it is. I'm not an allosexual. What do I know? I don't like how these lines overlap, so I'm just gonna weesh. Make it look like it's all one line. Haha, secret technique. At least take me out to dinner first. Yeah, Cookie! Yeah! Don't just go alleging that, like, you can just bag someone immediately. It feels rude. Should have been an awkward situation, but you're just glad they weren't yelling and cursing you out. True! Honestly, yeah, I will take a weirdo who's like, huh, I could have you if I wanted, over the people who are, you know, threatening us for no good reason. Although, you know what, I will say one of my more awkward encounters when I was in retail was, like, there were these guys who had come into the store, and first they were like, do you guys have any, like, weed candy? And we were sitting here like, no, there's a weed store, like, 2 stores down, like, one of the stalls in the mall, right outside. Surely you should have passed it on your way in. Go there, is what we were thinking, but we can't say that. So it's like, oh no, but there should be other stores in the mall, that sort of thing too, is what we say. And then they start, like, hitting on us and saying, like, they're gonna have a candy with all sorts of, they're gonna have a party with all sorts of candy, and there's gonna be all sorts of people, you should come, you're invited, that sort of thing to us. And I'm sitting here like, sorry, I don't really do parties. Oh my god. You know, like, being as obtuse as possible, because I don't even want to, like, give them the time of day of, like, their weird whatever kind of party it actually is. It's probably drugs, probably sex, something along those lines. And there's, like, more to the whole, like, they're trying to pick us up thing that they're doing. And so eventually it gets to the point where we're just like, oh, okay, we're gonna do something else now, essentially. Like, okay, sorry, we've got other things to do, bye. A weird stoner party, at best. At best. They were definitely hitting on us, so I can only assume they meant worse. But, you know. See, I really like the curve of the line I did there, and I just cannot do that again. Woo! I'm not good at this. Had a real pretty coworker who was stalking, and then when she disappeared from sight, there was a guy looking at her, and she walked off. He then looked at me and said, she looks good and smells good, I bet she tastes good too. Walked around the corner, she was standing there, heard the whole thing, red as a beet. No! That poor girl! You can't even stock shelves without a guy thinking he has the right to hit on you. Men, don't be like this! And, you know, ladies too, I guess, but I assume we're all familiar with being harassed. You know, wouldn't want to do that to each other. If somebody's working their damn job, don't say things like that about people. He joined a voice call with some friends, apparently joined mid-sentence of one of them, which ended up being a different going, context is for the week, to which he responded, but it is for the week, and today's Wednesday after all. The second friend jokingly went, how do you be funnier than me? Nice. Gotta show them up, beat them at their own game. You are the superior human being because you're funnier? Question marks. Don't worry about it. Or how dare ya? Can you please tell me about the dog of the boss you had? Ooh, okay. All right. Oh, I'm just gonna prepare myself for some massive cringe. Go ahead, Nashoba. Hit me. Give me your fucking stories. I will consume them, and if they're particularly impressive, then I will remember them for quite some time. He thought he was God's gift to women. Great start! Woo! Woo! Okay! Alright! Great start! Evie, no offense to the actually respectful men, but it's mainly men. Here we go! Time to have a not respectful man story! Yippee! We're walking in the mall and we ran into each other and you said, follow me, I want to show you the project I'm working on. Okay. Interesting. Not the worst way it can start, in theory. I really don't like this tuft of fur up here, but I'm insistent on having it. I'm stubborn. And also it's because like there's these tufts of fur on the original thing too, so I think it's a good design aspect to carry over. Anyways. Okay, so these furs are actually like pointing upwards like this, so I should do the same thing. Probably. I don't like how that looks. Why can't I be consistent? Motherfucker. Close enough? I think that's close enough. Yeah, I like that enough. Good. TM. Took you to a jewelry store, went to the cashier and said, can I help you? I'm looking for a very particular jewelry. She said, well, let me know if I can help you. I found one, it's you. What's your name? No! No! I'm lucky that I didn't get hit with that when I worked at a jewelry store, but goddamn, people think that tailoring their pickup lines to where you work is gonna do something. No, it's not! It's still cringy regardless. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it. If you ever go into a place that's at a retail location like a mall, they more than likely have a counter that tracks how many people step into the store. If you go into a store without buying something, you are directly impacting their conversion rate negatively. The conversion rate is how many people go into the store compared to how many people actually buy something from the store, the amount of transactions they have. So don't go into a store unless you actually have a chance of buying something. Unless you want to hurt their metrics. At that point, you ran out of the store and bursted out laughing. After he left, you went back in to talk to her. She said, he thinks he has game, but he can't even play Candyland. Ooh! Nice! I like this girl. With a line like that, I like this girl. She's cool. Flirting with someone might do something. They might get kicked out or banned. Oh, if only. Yeah, at least in malls, it's really hard to, like, get a ban of any sort going because, like, it's technically not just your own store space. It's also a store space for, like, the public area of the mall, TM, and other stores. Like, in your store is fine. You can have people who are not allowed to be in there, and you just kind of, like, tell all your employees, don't serve them. But, like, you can't stop them from potentially walking in, you know? And it's not like anybody in retail is gonna file a restraining order or something, unless they have a really good reason. Hell, I had my wallet stolen once, and I filed a police report, and they did fucking nothing. There was video footage available from other stores in the mall that clearly identified, like, who had taken my wallet. They were caught on camera using my card at other stores, and they couldn't catch them or do anything to them. So, the police aren't gonna help you keep someone out of your store. They're not gonna catch somebody if they try some shit. Like, yeah. Really hard to actually punish someone for behaving poorly if you work in a mall. If you're a special individualized store where you have your own space, then it's a little better. Oh, well, these tufts of fur are killing me. But they're cute, so I want to include them. Okay, that's probably good enough. Good enough. Your boss was a jerk and a lunatic. At work, he got so mad he took his boot off and threw it at— Oh my god! He threw it at a female employee, then he hired another girl based on her looks and told her that he was going to she was going to be the store, but it was another word entirely. Okay. He had the audacity to be shocked when he got fired. Man, I'm glad he got what was coming to him. Oh my god. You know, when he was just doing lame pickup lines, it's like, okay, yeah, this man is cringe, but whatever. But shit like that, oh, he doesn't deserve to be alive. If you are a boss and you sexually harass your employees, I genuinely hope you die in a fire. I'm not even gonna pretend to be like, oh, maybe there's a chance you can be a better person. Nah. Flames. Flames all over you. Die. There are some things in this world which are completely unforgivable, and I say sexual harassment is one of them. Where'd you put your death note? Exactly, Cookie. Thank you. I think for the sake of like making the peeking out over something illusion better, we should make the paws a little smaller. Or like the bottom of the paws a little smaller, but then like pull this up more. Yeah. It's fucking with the lines, but don't worry about it. He was Hispanic and asked a white married employee, want to have some caramel colored kids? What the fuck? Oh my god! You're not just supposed to go and do the food thing! That's also like fetishizing yourself, god damn! Looking up how to hit someone with a car and get away with it. True! Yes, it is a joke for legal purposes, Twitch. Don't ban me. Thank you. You weren't there for that, but you have no reason to doubt her. Oh yeah, like there's no reason for people to make up being harassed. Like most of the time people be like, oh, but like they're out to get you, they're lying. It's like, why would somebody ever want to say they went through shit like that? Most of the time it's embarrassing to have to say, oh yeah, I was just trying to do my job and this person harassed me and I didn't know what to do with it. I am always of the mindset of believe people who say they have been harassed or assaulted, anything along those lines, because genuinely, there is so little reason to pretend that something bad happened, because most people don't even like to think about something bad happening to them, you know? This line sucks. I don't like it. Okay, yeah, see, it did the thing where I thought it'd be too wide on this side. You know, maybe it would be easier if I used my shapes tool. Anyways, continues to freehand. I could be working smarter, not harder, but, no. Oh, you know what? I will use one thing for my shapes tool. Where is it? I just need a straight line. Thanks. Never again. I should have done the straight line first, but, hindsight 2020. That boss only lasted 3 months. Thank goodness indeed. The next boss was the best. He stood up for the employees. Corp would say, this customer is offended at Nashobis. We need you to write him up. And he would say, go fuck yourself. Oh man. I doubt he lasted long though. Those bosses are genuinely the best. But unfortunately, corporate doesn't like people who talk back to them. Not that I've ever actually been the one talking back. It's just, you know, how it goes. There's a certain level of, like, being polite and inoffensive that you have to be in order to get anywhere in a retail corporate ladder type thing. And so if you can't do that, then you're not going anywhere, no matter how good you are at the job. Not unless you are able to sacrifice hours and hours of your life. Then, if there is a lack of anybody else who can do that, you will get it. Because it's more important to them that you are able to listen to their beck and call. He did last like a year, but he left for better opportunities. The CEO said that you'd always have a place there if you ever want to come back. Oh, goddamn. Wow, that sounds really amicable. Or amiable? Whatever it is, whatever the word is. Like, that's a really good situation to leave a job on. Okay, this paw is definitely thicker than the other paw. Like, you can see it decently well if you zoom out. Thinking. Thinking? Thinking. I think actually it's that the paws themselves are relatively the same, but the inner toe is wonky. I'm kind of regretting the, like, 3-toe idea now, but I don't know if I can make a 4-toe look any better, you know? Anyway, gotta lurk, you need a hot bath. Sounds good, Nashoba. Enjoy your bath. I'll leave this as is for now. Collar time to give the head some shape. Eeh. I don't like it. It's uneven. Oh, that's good enough. Anti-pro tip. Draw a line 20 times if you want to know what it's like to not be able to do something correctly. Ew. Ew. Good enough? Good enough. I don't like this paw anymore for some reason, but okay. So this is the basic line art. There are some places where the lines don't connect, but that is on purpose. I don't know if I actually like them, though, is the issue. Like, this part here for the ears is bugging me. So I'm thinking I actually don't connect the cheek further? This could just be like a little detail that nobody's going to notice, so I shouldn't be worrying about it. If I flip it... Yep, there is definitely a lean going on. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, let's try and fix a little bit of this. That made that worse, actually. Okay, something about this eye in particular is throwing me off and I don't know what it is. Realistically, I probably shouldn't, but here we are. Yeah, here we are. I try too hard. No, I don't like how any of that turned out. Get away. My thought is I want it to be kind of like thicker, like on this side. Maybe this, like the mirrored symmetry tool thing, like maybe that's how emote artists are able to do things so well. They just make sure that everything is perfectly even on both sides. And then they only have to draw one half of everything. I say maybe. I'm pretty sure I saw somebody post like a progress working pic, and that they definitely were using the symmetry tool. So it's not a maybe, it's just that this is how it fucking works, idiot. Lamau. Try harder. Well, no, not try harder. Try smarter. It looks like there that curves in more, so I will just redraw that. Oh, when Stardew Valley asks you what your favorite thing is, what do you guys usually put down for that? I tend to go with my favorite food. But, like, my favorite food changes depending on the mood I'm in. So sometimes it'll be ice cream. Sometimes I've put down, like, yakisoba or something. Or ramen. You put your wife's name, Nick. Alright, yep, understandable. Last time put Gumi Lamp, nice. Normally just say strawberry. You've not played Stardew Valley. Okay, but if a game were to ask you what your favorite thing is, what would you put? Put Gumi because that's what came to mind first. I mean, yeah. It's not meant to be like a deep philosophical question of like, what's your favorite thing ever? It's just meant to be like, what's your favorite thing? Oh, maybe this. I've definitely put my favorite animal before too. Because I can. Taco. Oh my god, tacos are so good. Oh, I love tacos. There is a place nearby that does some really, really solid tacos and burritos. But, like, unfortunately, we also do really solid tacos and burritos, so we just normally don't eat there. But every so often, I'll think about it and be like, tasty. These pieces of fur are so uneven, and I think I like this one more, but I think this one looks better with the way it is. Or time to screw with it. You didn't start to like tacos until recently because the guy who cooked the taco meat at school never drained the meat. Oh, okay, yeah, I can understand that, Lamp. Ooh. Like, you do want to keep some of the grease. It's very important to keep some of it because that becomes a bit of like a flavor sauce with how you season it. But not all of it. Good God. Tacos are pretty good, but you normally have tostadas instead. Oh my god, it's been so long since I've had a tostada. I generally cannot remember the last time I did. We tend to default to either tacos or fajitas because they're so easy to prepare. Especially because, like, you can make a bunch of the filling in bulk and then just, like, have rice with it. So you turn it into, like, a taco salad rice bowl thing or whatever. And that I can take for lunch whenever I have to go into the office at work. It's really, really easy leftovers to make in bulk. Honestly, when my friend was first starting to cook and he needed to meal prep, I recommended to him to make, like, fajitas or tacos just because of how easy it is to meal prep with it. He went to school, the taco meat was never seasoned? No! That's a crime! That's a crime against tacos! Didn't even season the meat, sounds like heresy. Agreed. Oh my god. I bet they were probably trying to avoid, like, people's allergies or something, or, like, to say, it's got less sodium because we didn't use any salt, teehee. But, oh man, that's still gross. Also, if somebody ever tries to say that salting your food is bad for you, no, it's fucking not. Americans do have a sodium-intense diet, yes, but that's because there's a lot of added sodium in processed foods. If you are making your own meal, using your own ingredients, you are probably not over-salting your food. You are probably just seasoning it enough. In fact, many American home chefs don't know how to properly season their food, so they undersalt their food. And that's why they don't like it as much compared to their takeout. When my husband was first, like, really learning how to cook, it took me tasting for seasoning basically everything, and then going in and saying, you should add this, this, and this, and more this, to get it to where it should be. Nowadays, it's really only, it's missing something. What did you already put in? Ah, then it needs this XYZ thing here. I was gonna drag this out. Hehehehe. Easy. Why even make tacos if you aren't going to season them? Well, if you're cooking at a college, you make tacos because you have to. That's what they decided was going to be the meal of the day, so you're making it whether you want to or not. But if you are making them at home, yes, please, for the love of God, season your fucking tacos. Always make sure the meat is seasoned good. My go-to seasoning for taco meat is salt, black pepper, coriander, and oh god, there's one more. There's one more that I always forget the name of. Well, it's killing me because it's the most important part. It's not oregano. It's got that, like, meaty, savory flavor to it. And it has a lot of color to it too, so it's often what's used in, like, pre-packaged seasoning mixes. Hang on, what is it? Cumin! Thank you! I had to look up taco seasoning. Yeah, so it's salt, pepper, coriander, cumin, a little bit of oregano, because I like oregano a lot. And then generally, I like to put in either cracked red pepper or just regular red pepper, because I like mine spicy. But if my husband's the one making it, we can skip that step. And then I think it really kicks up almost any savory meal a notch if you have some amount of, like, lemon or lime to add in, because the acid really acts as a flavor booster for most savory flavors. But that's all you really need is just the salt, pepper, oh yeah, garlic powder too, definitely. Salt, pepper, garlic powder should be your core three no matter what you're making if it's savory. And then from there, the cumin and coriander and oregano for me make up the taco seasoning. And then if you're just doing home fajitas, it's basically the same seasonings, just with varying, like the amounts that you use changed. Like, you want to use a lot of cumin for taco seasoning, whereas with fajitas, I would definitely say go more on the coriander side. You can do the exact same seasoning mix and just change the levels and boom, boom, bam, easy home stuff. I don't know why I keep fucking with the lines. I think I should be done. I'll fuck with the mouth a little. It's pretty cute. I don't know what to say other than it's pretty cute, right? Look at them big ol' eyes. We're gonna do the whole like color gradient that we have on the cat here. It's the same color gradient that I use for these eyes. And so I think I took away the darkest value. Yeah, I took away the darkest value. Alright, and then now with the lines done, I can do a new layer. Grab you. And now let's fuck with my tolerance a little bit. Put that down to like 0 and see how that feels. Oop. Area scaling down for sure. I think... Alright, that should be fine because I'm not seeing it go outside of the lines at all. Boosting the tolerance. Aha, that cleared up some of the spaces there. Alright. Whoop, whoop. Little corner here. I will, of course, clean things up as I go. So, grab you. Mark this off. I don't like how that looks right now, but it's fine. We'll fix it. Red. Ah, yeah, I forgot to fix the area scaling, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. Manually fixing things. This is why I'm slow. Okay, then you know what? I should even be coloring the brown there, because I can grab the pink for the inner ear. Just kind of like fade it in as needed to the brown. Get all the corners, and I can fix it later. There, alright. Alright, that's good there. And then we can fix this little fur tuft. For now, I'm just gonna set this to multiply. Yeah, it'll, you know what? Actually, not multiply. I should do soft light. No, hard light. Yeah, that helps to see where things have been colored or not. There we go. Now, cat ears are pointy. Uh-huh. I think that works. You are a little tip there. Okay, okay, okay. I should probably fix the white fur first, huh? Yeah. Are these all the special, like, Bachelor, Bachelorette cutscene songs that we're going through right now? They feel very familiar. Like you're in the bath, you thought of something else you should have told me. Oh boy, what is it this time? More shitty boss stories. Those are the cutscene songs? Okay, okay. I thought I recognized them. Okay. I need the white. My intent is we leave this bottom part transparent. We don't actually color it and just see if we can achieve the like peeking out over something look anyway by just adding a bit of shading. Like if we can have like a shadow being cast, then it'll show up as darker under, you know, whatever background is available on Twitch, maybe? I don't know. I'm getting experimental with it. Interesting choice of words. Oh no. Oh boy. Not to dox him, but his last name was Colin, which is fitting considering the... Yup, definitely sounds fitting. Uh-huh. Damn, imagine being that unlucky to have a last name like that. Growing up with that last name must have been awful. Like, you know how in Phoenix Wright, where, you know, Larry Butts has the last name Butts, and so, like, they made it a whole thing where if it smells, it's probably the Butts is the thing that they determined for him. Like, imagine having a name like that. Nightmare. I don't remember anybody in my age group having like a bad last name, but there was always the joke of like, oh, there's 3 different Alexes, you no longer own your name. We are now going to force a nickname onto you for the whole year, except it wasn't a joke. It was just actually what would happen in every single class that had all 3 Alexes. And I was like, damn, sorry guys. Like, that would piss me off if it happened to me, but at the time, I thought it was funny, so I was playing into it. All the pun names in Ace Attorney are great. Oh yeah. Like people joke about like the newer games and how they have really obvious pun names, but it's been here since the first game, guys. Come on. You've known this. We played these games before. Yeah, look at me. Yeah. Okay, now we can grab this pink again for the nose, cause it's a cute pink nose. Cutie baby. And then I'm pretty sure I just use like the same pinks, but I'm gonna grab them anyway. Ooh, I didn't include this part in the original art for the kitty cat. Should I give the kitty fangs? Do you think that would be cute? Little fangies? The one that always stuck out in memories, Wendy Oldbeck. Yeah. Oh, she's a very strong character. That's why. You never catch on to the pun names until you read it out loud and then you blame Piku. Kitty deserves fangs. Yes, kitty fangs are good. All right. 2 people have spoken and that's enough for me. Kitty fang time. All right, gonna hide this. We're gonna go little fangies. Should they be like right here? Oh, are these the different styles for Sam's? Oh my gosh. Hello, Forbidden Beans. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Shout out. Oop, I put his face on accident. Forbidden Beans. That's such a fun name, by the way. But hi! My name is Lady of Misfortune. I wanted to be called Lady Luckless, but that name was already taken, so that should give you a great idea of how bad my luck is. Today we're working on some channel emotes, and by some I mean a single one, because I've been at this current one for like an hour and a half. I'm slow! I'm slow, okay? But I love cute girls doing cute things, especially if it involves like in-depth crafting systems or farming sims or any just kind of like simulation game in general. Also JRPGs. Honestly, I'm a bit of a variety streamer, so if you like cute girls doing cute things, then you should stick around. I think you'll have fun. You had to reload the page. Oh, okay. You know, that happens to me sometimes, Forbidden Beans. I don't know why. It'll let me raid in, and then the stream stops, and I have to reload. I think it's a Twitch thing, but it also could be that I have an ad blocker, but don't worry about it. Oh, you were also drawing today? What were you working on? Tell me about it. Did you actually manage to finish it? Or is it another one of those things where you're gonna have to stream again to finish it? Because I've absolutely done that before. Happens to you all the time, drives me crazy. Yeah, and like it's not just when I raid. Oftentimes it'll be when I go to like get into someone's stream, just to lurk usually, because I don't talk a lot unless like something funny is happening. But I'll be there to lurk, and then I'll be there for like 30 seconds. Bam! It freezes up on me, and I have to hard refresh the page to get anything to happen. Twitch is a functional platform, let me tell you. Making a chibi model? Ooh! Do you make all of your own models? Regardless of if you make all of them or just one of them, props to you. I've seen what people have to do for cutting up the different parts before, and it's crazy! There's so much to do! It is so much effort, but I guess then you get the pride of saying that you made it for yourself, so it is worth it. You just need to be ready for the commitment. There is a dot up there, and it's... Okay, okay. You do? You're still learning? Just started making the layers, still haven't figured out the outfit? Oh, that's the fun part at least, though, because now you get to do a bunch of concepting. You said you're making a chibi model. Do you already have an outfit that you, have in mind? Or is it that, like, you just kind of have some ideas still? Okay, fix that up there. Grab the tongue here. You're doing your current model off stream, so redesigning. Ooh, fun. What are your inspirations? I love hearing what people take inspiration from for their designs. I had like 3 or 4 different sources for mine, but then like one of them really heavily influenced it in the end. If I ever came back to like working on the design, then I would definitely try and see what I could do to like branch off more instead of kind of just... I wouldn't say I copied necessarily, but you can see the influence. So I would want to like branch off some more to do something a little bit more original. So I'm just messing with some of the lines now because I noticed that like I've got colors bleeding out. Damn, is this also Sam's band? I didn't know they could play music like this. Gonna use one of your 14 outfits? Let's go! We love Final Fantasy 14 in this household. Have you had the chance to play the new patch yet? And do some glamour setups or nah? You need to log in to see the name of the jacket. Understandable. We'll wait, don't you worry. You're behind on story. I see. I haven't actually done the new patch yet either. It dropped this past Tuesday, but I was belatedly celebrating a friend's birthday because it snowed the night we were originally going to host him. And it's like, well, damn, we still want to host him, but, you know, now we actually have the time for it. So we got to do it. I think the last color should be a highlight, so I'm actually gonna drop that there. Oh, and then yesterday I had tabletop, so that's why I couldn't play the patch last night. And then today, I got home, and it's like, I am not gonna be able to do any sort of fight that exists in the story right now. I know there's at least a dungeon, at least a trial. I'm just so close to potato mode. So I made myself do art instead to avoid full potato mode. Heading off to bed. All right. Sounds good, Cookie. Good night. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Have a good day tomorrow, whatever you end up doing. Sleep well, too. I need to open this, because that's where my highlights are. Give me the whites of the eyes. Cute. Cute. Oh, hello, Em! Welcome in! Thank you for the slime law redeem. Wah! 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 How you doing tonight, Em? Emo looking cute. Thank you! Ooh, the wrong layer. I am trying really hard, and there's a bunch of stuff where I, like, lost time and efficiency, but, don't worry about it. Wah! And then the highlight was this color down here. I could have grabbed it from up here, but it's very tiny, so I didn't. Okay, and then because the eyes are big enough, I think we should be able to, like, blend the gradient and have it look kind of cool. We'll see. Okay, so in this case, I think we're definitely going to color the lines, but I still have to figure out how to do that shading thing. We'll find out. Cats are sometimes bad for efficiency. You're not wrong. We are prone to taking naps. High key, today at work, there was a meeting I was a part of, but it was a virtual meeting because, you know, my team is spread across several locations. So there was a virtual meeting I was a part of where they were explaining that, like, we're doing some changes to this task that we normally do. Here's a more optimized way to do it. I have a pillow with me at my desk. It's meant to help support my back and force me to sit up straight. But I shifted it around, hugged it in front of me, and just, like, rested my head on the pillow and napped for the entirety of that meeting. I wasn't completely out. I was still listening to what they were saying. I could tell you the difference in the process that we are used to do and how we're gonna do it now, and, like, how to do it now. But I was, like, 50% asleep for that entire meeting. So cats can nap really easily. Trust me, as a cat myself. Nap time. I'm sure you absorbed the most important 10% of that meeting. Yes, absolutely, uh-huh. I have the main takeaways, and that's all I need. The jacket was the critical hit C1 tour jacket. Ew. Let me just look that up right now, because I am curious. The name isn't familiar off the bat, but I'm sure I've seen it. C1 tour jacket. Oh, those ones! Yeah. Okay, I remember when they first revealed this as PvP gear. There was some people on Twitter complaining because, like, oh, there's too much modern clothing in Final Fantasy XIV. And then, like, you saw 30 million people wearing it in the game anyway. This shit's popular. That's why they're adding it. You know. Go to sleep at work. The perfect time to sleep. I mean, yes. If they're gonna force me to go back into the office 3 days a week instead of 1, but, like, not give me any of the benefits quotation marks, of working in the office because half of my team is either in another state or at a different office, I'm not gonna take your fucking office mandate all that seriously. I'm just saying. I do what I want in passive-aggressive ways until I get told to stop that, and then I guess maybe eventually I'll fix it. There's too much modern clothing in this game. Flies away on a Shiba. Yeah! The Shiba mounts are cute, though. You like the modern gear plus the new city and everything? Yeah, that's obviously why they're adding it, because they have a location in the game that suits the gear. Like, even if you're not approaching it from a roleplay perspective of, oh, now this helps enable you to play a character from this area, you can still say, like, as you're traveling in the game, you're reflecting the style of the places that you travel to. Like, that's why they give you gear like this. You get why people get annoyed, but when you see so many people wearing it, it's no wonder they add it. The jacket has the mesh tummy. Yeah. I love it when they play with the transparency on the clothes in the game, so that way you can see the details like the aura scales. It's very nice. Oh, hey, Fresh! Welcome in! How you doing tonight? You got a couch that's a pull-out bed in your office, Nishoba? Nice! Okay, I don't have a pull-out bed. I just have my fluffy pillow. But it's fine. Nobody's tried to take it from me yet, so I can keep getting away with it until they tell me to stop. That line sucks, but I'm gonna leave it. Okay. Line coloring is what I said I was gonna do next, and then shading. Alright. So in this case, I need to pull up... Ooh! Hang on. Save as. I almost... Nope, not PNG. Clip studio format. This is gonna be a Lurk emote. And or peak. I don't know. Maybe Lurk works better as a peak, but don't worry about it. So now that I hit save as there, I should be able to open what I was originally working in, which was the cinema one. Haha! Okay, and now I can steal the line colors from here. Be prepared for disaster, okay? I need to turn off everything else. Don't worry. Don't worry, this is part of the plan. Color that there so I have like a splotch of it. And color this. Splotch. Red. Okay, and then the rose gold didn't make it in here except for the eyes. Understandable. Have a nice day. There's no, like, skin tone color to worry about. I think that's all I needed other than, like, a pink. I think I used the purple for the pink last time, didn't I? I did. Yeah. All right. Well, now we can enable everything again. And look, it's so pretty. Woo! It's not gross and bad anymore. Yippee! Don't say the changes anyway. You're doing great. Fresh, you just made another drawing of your Menace of an OC Felix. Nice. Let the character brain rot fuel you. You just made a glam based on the crafted striking chest piece that was out of this patch because you wanted it. Nice. The magical girl look is so cute. I've been wanting gear like this for forever. I'm so glad we have something this frilly. It's wonderful. The Neo Ishgardian set was a start, but we can do more. We can have more frills. Logged into Final Fantasy 14, a friend got you the new cat minion. Nice! That's pretty expensive, isn't it? Congratulations! You love it, you acquire every cat minion amount. I love having collections of stuff like that because it's so fun when you get to show off and be like, haha, yes, I have cat number 1, cat number 2, cat number 3. I have spent a large portion of my life playing MMOs, and so I used to play World of Warcraft, and when I was a kid, I would do the exact same thing. I would collect every sort of cat I could find, just so I could show them off to people. And then it evolved from collecting the pet minions to, like, I played a hunter, so I tried to tame every rare monster I could find. I didn't have enough space to actually store all of them, so I prioritized the stronger ones from newer expansions. But that was my goal for a long time, just have as many rare pets as humanly possible. This emote is adorable. Thank you! I'm trying very hard on it. You're cat obsessed. Good. Cats deserve the love. They're little creatures in our homes, and I love them for it. I'm so excited for Beastmaster to come to Final Fantasy XIV, whenever that is. You need to tame every mob. I really hope they give us Beastmaster. They've been really hesitant to do anything with like limited jobs ever since implementing Blue Mage. I think they didn't realize how tough it would be to make sure that you couldn't do current content with Blue Mage while also satisfying the desire for more Blue Mage content, you know? So I think they're hesitating to do more, but I do hope it comes soon. Don't like that line. Good enough. At the very end of Dawn Trail, like one of the last things. I hope they stick to that. I feel like a lot of people think they missed their window to add it because they introduced Beastmaster in... Oh god, what's it called? Bozia. Bozia. That content. And they didn't do anything with it. I think it'll come eventually. I just don't know if they're gonna hit that, like, goal of releasing it at the end of Dawn Trail. But then again, I never thought that they would actually uncap the glams. I really thought they would always keep the class gear locked. But they've done that too. So they're clearly trying to listen to the fans. I think it's just that it takes a decent amount of time for a dev cycle to actually complete. So that's why it seems like they're pretty behind. Not to mention like how much of a workload it is to go back to old programming. I am married to a software developer, and let me tell you, some of the nightmares I've heard about old code, like even a year ago code, awful, awful, awful. And they have to deal with like, what, 10 plus years of code? Crazy. They broke the glass after discarding and sent a notice to the mayor person. Yeah. They needed to stop the fandom from freaking out. Okay, can I erase this cleanly without affecting the actual line I want colored? Is there an easier way to do this? Probably. Am I not gonna do it that way? Yes. I guess the easier way to say that is, am I gonna do it that way? No. Things can't be convenient. I refuse. Oh, that stupid line is too thick. I don't like it. Okay, good enough. Okay, I do need to get this colored up here with the rose gold outline. Well, the color itself is no longer rose gold, but it's meant to pair with the rose gold. I'm actually gonna do the eyelashes in the rose gold too, so that way you can actually see them. Otherwise they blend into the fur color. There we go! Isn't that cute? You DM the glam pics to me so you can look whenever? Oh, well, no, I have to look. Give me a moment. Oh, fresh! Yeah, you mentioned that you drew a picture of your OC, but I didn't realize you sent it to me. Nice job! I really like the line weight on the outline there. Thick lines on the outside is something that I hear a lot from a YouTuber called Marikyun. Thick lines on the outside, thin lines on the inside, and you did that really well in this one. Nice job. Oh, and then Evie, the glam! Princess glam with the new Christmas emote. Cute. The gloves are really nice for that. Wow. So much pink. She's adorable. Need to go eat something. We'll be back. Awesome. Sounds good. Is it okay if I call you Beans? Beans is fun. It's just fun to say, and it's cute. But if you don't want me to call you Beans, I can call you Forbidden. He also added a new flower headpiece, so you bought a few. Nice, nice. Fun fact, if you ever care about making some quick cash, there are certain flower headpieces that tend to sell pretty well, so if you just like passively grow, I say quick, long-term, easy cash. If you passively grow the correct flowers for the different headpieces that are currently in, then you can get a decent amount of cash. That was a plan a friend and I had a little while back, was like I could use the house that we had to grow flowers for the headpieces. He could craft them because he had alchemist leveled, and then we'd split the profits. Those are level 60 whim gloves. Ah, I see. Happy they're not locked to whim anymore. I'm happy everything's not locked. I'm so glad that like we can use, for example, all of the healer stuff on non-healer classes, because there are so many good like dresses and skirts locked behind healers. What if I want my dragoon to wear a dress, okay? What if I want the ability to go into combat with a giant fuck you spear while also being pretty as hell? Give me my glam! I mean, now they have, actually, so I can't complain anymore. But that was my complaint for the longest time. Good luck being femme if you're playing a certain... I think it's like any melee DPS, really. And of course, good luck being mask if you're playing a healer. Alright, that's all of the lines color, except for the mouth color, I forgot. You. If I need help leveling blue, let me know. Those are free and you're so happy. Oh man, my intent is to never touch blue personally. Even for the leveling, it's just one of those things where it's like, there's too much of the temptation to like go all in on doing the blue stuff. But my luck is really bad. Because I know some people have to do run after run just to get their skills, and it's like, ooh, that's not going to be good for me. Alright, I didn't get a pink outline previously, but I really should. So... trying to think. Did I have an emote that used pink outlines previously? Yes. Where is it? I think it's you. Yes! Cool. Wait, that's the PNG version. Ugh. Alright, get rid of you, and you, and you. Take that color. Just close this out. I think I'm just gonna make like the whole mouth the pink color. Yeah, that works. It's a little close to the inside of the mouth, actually. So I might need to make it a little darker. Yeah, I'll do less saturation and darker. How does... Nope, nope. The less saturation hurts it. That's lighter, actually. I'm so good at this. Darker! I told you guys I wasn't thinking today, okay? Okay. Do I feel like singing for 40 minutes? Oh, no show, but not now. Also, thanks for the hydrate, Evie. It is currently 11:20 p.m. 11:18 technically. And also thank you for the stretch. So I really shouldn't be singing right now. Oy, big stretch. And the posture check. Thank you. But ha! I was already sitting up straight. The rest of you guys better not be shrimping. All of you, sit up straight. Crack your backs. Don't break them, just crack them. Very delicately getting little teefies here. Okay, and then I think... Yeah, there was some like stuff that wasn't colored there. Okay, I think the darker pink for the mouth works from a distance. Yeah. And then the eyes are visible, perfect. I might make the eye shines a little bigger because you can't really see that from a distance too well. And I want that to be super visible. And if that's the case, I'm gonna drop like this lower color here. Ah. And then boost this higher. As I climb in the ring. Wrong song. In case you haven't noticed, you're trying to be nicer than usual. I have noticed, Nishoba! Thank you! See, isn't it fun when everybody's nice to each other and we're chill and cool and happy and having fun and friendly and positive and fun? You only teased me once this entire stream. Aha. I am grateful for that. Alright, can I get away with blurring things? Yes, I can. Oh, maybe I can't. Because that was getting the brown color from the fur in there. I'm gonna try, like, coloring into the lines more and see if that helps. And also use a smaller brush. Ooh! Same thing's happening here. Okay, let's color into the lines more on everything, I think. Okay, now let's try the blur. Aha! It's working! I just think the blur is cute because it makes a gradient and gradients are cute. Could I just use a proper gradient for this? Yes! Am I not going to anyway? Also yes! The difference it makes when Gel isn't here to drown me? True! Gel, if you're watching this right now, you can't drown me! Haha! You're not here! That's why you can't watch this right now! Yahoo! As I take a sip of water anyway. I do need to stay hydrated. What can be more fun than singing? Well, I mean, like, certain things can be more fun than singing, like drawing. That's why I draw more than I sing. Actually, high-key, I was in the car today trying to, like, see if I could remember the lyrics to, like, any of the songs I want to sing next time we do karaoke. I still haven't, like, decided when I want to actually throw that at you guys, but I've been thinking about what I'll sing next. And I just could not hit the notes in that song, and it's like, damn it! I forgot, I'm bad at this. So maybe I'll keep that as one of my punishment songs. Gradients are pretty great. Yeah, that's why anime use them so much. Before Gel feels a disturbance of the force, shows up just to drown you. You never know. That could happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. He's a slime. They can do all sorts of strange things. Okay, I don't like the look of the little bottom highlights going over the eye. I realistically should just put that on the color layer. But, anyways. Okay, if we are gonna do, like, little eye shiny things, then we should have a little nose shiny! Like that? Okay, it's not popping up right now, and it's probably not gonna matter. Unless I put it, like, over the line. Okay, so from far away, that is kind of visible. Do I care about that enough, though? Normally I would say yes, but I think in this situation, no. You suggest a punishment song, we have no idea if there's even a karaoke version. I think I've, like, personally given up on finding, like, karaoke versions where they have, like, the proper cues and everything, because it's so hard to find well-timed ones that actually give you the space to react. With like how they set up the lyrics. So many karaoke versions that people set up only show you the lyrics when they're on the screen of the video when you're supposed to be singing them. But you should be seeing them realistically a few seconds ahead so you can be ready to start singing them, especially if you don't have a song memorized. Like, why have the lyrics if you're not gonna have them ready for people who don't have the song memorized? Anyways, so I think I'm gonna give up on getting, like, proper karaoke versions as long as they, like, have something I can use for the lyrics. I'm just gonna try and do what I can. It's scuffed anyway, you know? That's my reference here, but how did I do it in other emotes again? I forgot already. Okay, I did do the little shinies there. How did I do it for the heart emote? I think that's the best thing I could do for the cat. I see. Okay, so I did the glowy stuff and the lines, and I used the lines to try and show the form. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, interesting. I did the mouth as, like, the darker lines in this one. I hope it stands out more with the brighter lines. It should. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to turn off that glow, and we're going to have... Am I crazy? Oh, why did I put my highlights down here? I guess to not fuck with the lines? Wow. Strange. Maybe I'll do the same thing. Anyways, on to this one. Okay, so I'm thinking it's probably just the best if I do, like, top-down lighting. That kind of thing. Oh man, that makes it look like one of those, like, classic anime forehead shines, you know? Too late. We're committing to the bit. Gotta go. Have a good night. Sounds good. Good night, Nishoba. Thanks for hanging out while you had the chance. See you this weekend, probably. No, the shine for that one shouldn't be like that. It should be more like this, maybe? Like, maybe like that. I'll do that. It's really hard for me to explain, like, what makes a line feel right versus wrong. I wish I had better words for it. It's just kind of like a sense of how I can visualize the form in my head, I guess. Has anybody here ever actually, like, fully beaten that Wild West Prairie game thing in Stardew Valley? I never have. I can get past the first level, but then after that, it just goes on too long. Like that. Yeah. Okay, I don't think I want to put highlights anywhere else, because these are meant to be in shadow. And we got the... I guess I can put highlights on these. Okay, that's good. And then this is a pinkish white, so we're just gonna use the pure white for highlights here and pray that it kind of works. It's too subtle, but anyways, bye. Okay, and then we'll do something on like the tops of the paws here, because we can. Erase that part of the highlight there because I can. Okay, and then anything else that I add? Probably not, right? Oh, I had a different shade of pink over here. Does this look better than the other shade of pink? It's more pink, less warm. It's kind of different from like the rose gold line, so I think I will do it. Alright, good enough. Oh, but I need to fix that, I think, because... Aha! There was some dark brown there instead of pink. Alright. So back to the highlighting. The whites are done. The brown is done. I guess I'll take a little highlight for the tongue, because I know I have one over here. Wrong layer. Alright. You know what? Screw it. On the nose. A little highlight there too. Okay, and then with that done, we should probably do the shading first. So I'm just gonna normal. Thanks. Back to normal. And then I need to set this as the reference. Okay, and then now we just kind of go stupid with it. Oh, but if I set that as the reference, I'm not going to be able to get the shadow under the paws. Separate layer? That could work. That could do it. Because it still shows up. I don't know if Twitch can save the multiply effect. It might just look like a random ass purple shadow. It might not even look like a shadow if it's purple like this. Pink, I guess. But I'm trying it. We'll see how it looks when we go to put it in Twitch. Okay. Oh, wait. That's the end of the Stardew Valley OST, huh? Okay. Well, what do we listen to next? You guys got any requests? We could always listen to Little Goody Two Shoes again. I'm never gonna get tired of that soundtrack. I could check to see what other OSTs I have. There's always the Grand Bazaar one. Oh man, I'm so looking forward to when Hell Maiden soundtrack releases. I'm gonna grab that instantly. What other ones do I have? I need to take a look through my folders instead of Steam because I feel like I never get to see them. The 1-Bit Heart one is mostly just the Vocaloid stuff, so I can't do that one. Oh shit, do I have the Daigakuten Saibon one? Hang on. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure they included that soundtrack. or there might be a player in the game. What is the English name? The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, right. Okay, hang on. Hi, Key. I'm gonna install the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles because I'm pretty sure they have a music player in the game. I forget that they make you accept the EULA when you go to download the game. Fuck you, Capcom. But also, I love you, Ace Attorney. I love you so much. Am I going to destroy myself by downloading a game at the same time as streaming? We'll find out shortly. It's going at a steady pace. It's already at 10% complete. So I'm just going to have to entertain you guys while it downloads. Ugh! Me being amusing instead of just coasting on, like, good vibes. Uh-oh! Anyways, you guys want to watch me shade a cat? When I'm... ooh! Wrong layer! Wrong layer! Wrong layer! Oh god! I'm just gonna undo all of that. Okay, cool. Because now that I've forgotten which layer I started on, I don't want to mess him up. Ooh, yeah, that's smart, current me. Put the layer that has the shading for under the paws. Under the paws and the other colors. I'm so smart. All according to plan. I guess, like, this, it looks vaguely enough like it's peeking out, but like it's going off the screen, which is the issue. I think the paws are still a little too big, but I've gotten this far and I don't want to give up on them. The sunk cost fallacy. I have it. Can always put some Persona music on. Oh, I love Persona music. All right, guys, what's your favorite Persona soundtrack? I think, like, in terms of actual quality, I have to give it to Persona 5 because, delicious jazz. But Persona 3 is my bias. I love Burn My Dread! I'm sorry, but this shit slaps. Oh, bad side of putting the thing. Wait, if I put it outside of the folder. Hang on. Hang on. Now it shouldn't register it as a target, right? I'm so smart! I'm so good at this. I'm so fucking good at this. They all have songs you really like. That is very true. There is a Persona 4 song that I had stuck in my head earlier today. At least I think it's Persona 4. It's the one that's like, it's Snowflakes. I think is what it's called, actually. It's the winter theme. One that starts as snowflakes falling on windows or something like that. I think it's because it's winter. I always think of that song when winter approaches. That's snowflakes. Yippee! I got it right. Oh, hey, look! Great Ace Attorney's almost done. 99% complete. See, that didn't last all that long. Oh, okay. I'm saying 99% complete, but it's still hanging on that last percent now. Yippee! What? I need some sort of video decoder thing to launch the game? What? And then it launched anyway? Okay, whatever. Alright, special content. Auditorium. Instrumentals. Oh, there's so much in here. Neat! Been a while since you heard the P3 soundtrack. You normally listen to extended version of Beneath the Mask whenever you're just vibing. There is an old one that I saw, which is, I think it's got like Beneath the Mask and like rainy day vibes. Mwah! Excellent. Vibes impeccable. Here, let's just go with the objection theme right out the gate. God, I love Great Ace Attorney! But this is a little too high peak. High strung, I guess. Scrapped version of Yonosuke's personal theme? Oh, they include the unused stuff? Cool! I don't think I've ever actually scrolled through the song tracks listed in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, at least in like this version of the game. Oh, Susato's theme? Let's do that. Yeah, she's great. Oh, that reminds me, another soundtrack I have is the Misty's Izakaya OST, and I've got all 5 DLCs for that game, so I've got so many songs to use. Keep that in mind for the future. Beat the Mouse with rain sound effects for 10 hours, and it's got some guys looking at other people walking back and forth. I think so. I'm pretty sure it's that one that you're describing. I don't remember the thing with the people walking, but I feel like maybe it's just because I haven't actually watched it in for so long, because all I do is listen to it. Maybe like that, and then the fangies can stick out a little due to not being in shadow? I don't know if that works. I mean, I guess it works well enough. And we can kind of like reduce that shadow some? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of vibing. You always pull that video up whenever you want some background music without anything more energetic, involved, present. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. If you need something to kind of like have going in the background, then it's really, really good for that. Because it's not so busy that it takes your focus away and makes you want to like vibe or dance. Because that's a real risk with music. Like if you listen to something you enjoy too much, then like you might have the urge to focus more on the music than you are on whatever task you're doing. Or I guess if you're not even trying to do a task and you're just trying to chill, like it still gets you out of the chill mindset if you get excited by something that you really enjoy. You know? I hope you know. Otherwise, I'm a weirdo. I'm gonna try and see how it looks with like making this part darker, and then if I zoom out, ideally, the eye highlight should be standing out even more. Yeah. See. Okay, it's working. I'm gonna just clean up around it. There's a lot of manual cleanup involved in like my current process. I'm sure I can make it better and more efficient if I tried. But I'm not doing that today. You have listened to things on repeat autism so you can work on things while listening more easily the more time goes on. Yeah, if I'm just like getting into a playlist of something, that it's so much easier for me to like get unfocused if I'm in the first like 20 minutes of a playlist versus the first 2 hours of a playlist, you know? There's like a zen state you can achieve. Have a hard time working in silence since you need something to listen to. Yeah, it's weird for me. There are some points where I can definitely be like, oh yeah, I need something playing or else I can't focus on what I'm doing. But then there are other points where even a little bit of sound is too much and it's like, I need complete fucking silence or else I'm not going to focus on anything. This is probably the undiagnosed autism fighting with the undiagnosed ADHD. I'm gonna be real with you. Music, podcast, or essay. You usually have a video or music on when you draw. YouTube and the like 3-hour video essays are perfect for that. Unless they have too much editing. Like if they're really good at their editing and they have a bunch of like, yeah, I have some good footage here, or I'm making memes out of things here. It's like, ooh, look, shiny! The video has lots of stuff happening. And then I get distracted. But otherwise, I can just pop on a video essay and listen to it for 3 hours and be like, ooh, I feel so mentally enriched while working on my thing. Wow! There are a lot of video essay slop nowadays. Have to pay attention to make sure those are not ass. True! There are so many of them where it's like, it says it's an analysis of a video game or a show, but it's actually just a recap. And it's like, come on, don't bill yourself as an analysis if you're actually a recap. Like, I'm fine if I know it's a recap going into it, because then it's like, oh yeah, it's about this game I've never played before. Let's listen to it and see if it's cool. But if you're trying to be an analysis, you can't just summarize the game and that's it. I would like to hear you quote things that are not the original source material, you know? In terms of like recapping games, there's actually this one channel that I really like where they do a bunch of like niche older games. They recently covered a game called Eternal Sonata and it's so pretty! I don't know if I'd ever play it, but it's so pretty! Just in terms of like the game models and stuff like that. And the concept is really interesting. Basically, they made it, JRPG out of the dying dream of a composer. And then they made that dying composer one of the characters in the game. They made him a beautiful 39-year-old anime man. And so it's like this, that's the kind of weird that I really enjoy about JRPGs, you know? Oh, I've realized recently that I've seen a game a couple times in stores. It's like R Tonelico or something like that. It was made by Studio Gust, like the same. I don't think it was the same team that makes the Atelier series, but it's the same studio. So now I'm sitting here like, oh, do I go and get it? Do I go and get it because Studio Gust made it? I don't know. Last time you drew, you just listened to a video of somebody 100%ing Pokemon ZA. God damn, that's ambitious. I guess if it's 100%ing, they don't have to do shiny hunting, right? They can just catch every mon? That's maybe better than I thought, actually. You've heard of the game Eternal Sonata? It actually did have a PS3 release. They talked about that in the video. It was originally an Xbox 360 exclusive, then it was a PS3 release, and then I feel like it released on one other console. Maybe it was just the PS3. but they had a whole section talking about like the box art in the different regions and on the different consoles, and it was very neat to hear their opinions on it. You know, I say there, I don't think I've checked to see what their pronouns are. I should probably go take a look at that. I feel like something that'd be good to know, considering I'm talking about how I enjoy their videos. To clarify, this is, again, specifically, like, they are summarizing the game and talking about their experience playing, as opposed to doing any analysis other than, like, I enjoyed these themes, or this is really creative. That sort of thing. So don't go to it if you're looking for big insight. Where's my history, YouTube? There it is. I just have to look harder. Scrolling. Yep. Video delicacies. The icon is at least femme, but I'm pretty sure it's because it's from a game that she played. I'm starting to... Aha! Delicacy Deishi! Found it on the Patreon. Okay. We did it, lads. So yes, Video Delicacies is the channel I was talking about. She covers a variety of different games. It's been like a random DS JRPG, but also the old Spyro games, and then there was Eternal Sonata. So it's basically just whatever she's interested in playing out of older games. So I highly recommend checking them out if you're ever interested in like seeing coverage of a game that's not like a full playthrough. It kind of just like not even the highlights reel, because she does a good job of going over like, yeah, here's some new mechanics that were introduced that I liked or disliked, that sort of thing. But it's a very like sizable amount of the game that you get to kind of like see through their perspective and determine for yourself if you would enjoy it, and if you don't want to play it, then you can just watch all the way through to the end and see how the game ends and stuff. I like them. The PS3 release doesn't help. You never had a PS3 or a 360. Oof. The art and story looks like something you'd be into, but you gotta hope it gets remembered to get a remaster someday. It could be one of those games that you could try emulating, in theory. Because I think... Aren't there emulators for old Xbox 360 and PS3 games now? Or did they just skip that? You know, it's strange. I hear people talking about emulating Nintendo games all the time, but not so much about old PlayStation or Xbox games. Makes you think. Which console has the better games? Oh, ho, ho, ho. I'm not even going down that path. The console wars were so stupid now that I think back on it. I was very much a Nintendo fangirl growing up, so like that was my bias, but like thinking back on it now, it's like, damn, what were we doing spending our time like arguing over which company is the better company? Like, come on, do we not have anything better we could be doing? You know, we've been listening to Susato's theme for long enough. There's an unused theme for her. Let's listen to that. Oh, that's cute. The developer's notes for this song is specifically like, oh yeah, we had a battle to compose a theme for Susato and I lost. This is what I came up with. But you know, he did a better job. I think specifically, let me just read it. The truth is, I had a little competition with Mr. Maeba to compose this theme and I lost, but I can accept defeat secure in the knowledge that he created the perfect piece to match Susato's image. Fun flavor text. I love it when you get insights from the devs on this sort of thing. Need to find an old Wii game called Fragile Dreams. I had that game! I had it! It's interesting. I wouldn't necessarily call it good, especially with the slog that is the back half. But it is an experience. And Video Delicacies actually did a video on Fragile Dreams if you still want to see coverage of the game, Evie. I know I'm plugging a random YouTuber who doesn't know that I exist, but I enjoy her videos, so if you want to go see them play cool games, yeah. It always drives me crazy whenever I see people talking about Fragile Dreams, like nobody knew this game. It's like, shut up, I knew this game, I had this game, I'm a real one. You know? And people try to talk about like, oh yeah, Splatoon 1, the game that nobody played. I played Splatoon 1! Die! I love that game. You also did good, Lamp, good. I would say like anybody who played Splatoon 1 is somebody who played on Team Past in the Splatoon 3 final Splatfest, the Grand Fest. But at the same time, I don't think, with how Team Past won that Splatfest, I don't think there are enough players of Splatoon 1 to actually fill out a whole team, you know? You don't mind games being jank or a slog, you realize your patience is greater than most people's. Yeah, I played it when I was a teenager and I was still like way worse about anything horror flavored back then. It didn't even have to be a proper horror game. If it was just at all slightly scary, I was really bad about it. So like I had difficulties sometimes because like there was a special gimmick where you could hear like it's like warning signs for different monsters. Like they would make noises into the Wii remote and it would spook me every time because I jumped that easily. It's definitely a cool mechanic, just one of those things where it's like I couldn't appreciate it. And nowadays, I don't think it'd be all that scary because like they weren't actually scary clips. It was like, oh, the child ghost enemy has a little laugh that plays out of the Wii remote, but it's all pixelated. So like it's not like it's happening right in your ear, dun dun dun. It's like just a whole little like staticky, crackly, ha 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 ha, that sort of thing, you know? I don't know if I like what I did with the fangs, like having little shade things there. Rah. Splatoon 1 is very funny to bring up because that's like the only game people got a Wii U for. Yeah, there are better Wii U games to say nobody played. Xenoblade X, was that a Wii U game? I'm pretty sure it was. I played Xenoblade X when it first released. Heh heh heh. Now, I didn't end up, like... There was so much I could have done. After a while, I got tired of the open world, and I kind of just, like, sped through to, like, the final bit of the game. When I probably should have paced myself better. But I still did play it. Didn't know Xenoblade X was a thing. It's really easy to forget about because nobody talks about it, and it doesn't really have anything to do with like the greater Xenoblade series. And for a long time, like the thing that people went to the Xenoblade series for is their narratives. Xenoblade X was infamous for not having a complete narrative. I think it said that they fixed that in the new remaster, but I also heard that it didn't do enough, so I don't know. Nintendo Land is the one you love playing? Yeah, that was genuinely a good party game. I used to play it with my little siblings all the time, and it was a lot of fun. The idea of having like a multiplayer game themed around being like a virtual theme park with tons of really easy to access minigames. Great idea, honestly. You need to go back to play X, need to continue X. Yeah, that's what a lot of people end up saying. Like, they get I think for most people, like, they get to just before the big mech gimmick point, and then they don't continue. Because it's so easy to get sidetracked exploring on foot that you don't even, like, get to the point where they give you the mech. That makes it so much easier. For some unknowable reason, this reminded you of way back when you used to play Manhunt Freedom Unite. Fighting cases who'd roar all the damn time and having to hear that come through your PSP speakers. Yeah, that's not a roar anymore. That's crunch. Mmm, delicious crunch. Tasty! Okay, real quick, I need to just commit unspeakable horrors on this art and throw them all in the same folder so I can shoot. Okay, and then now I can separate them. And then throw you outside of the folder. And then you need to get out of there. And what am I doing wrong? Nope. Close. Nope, you're still in there. Get out. Good. Okay, I think that fixed it. So my thought was, if I moved it up a little bit more, I had room where the ear tufts weren't hitting the edge of the emote, so I could use that to get more of the shadow around the paws to look like a proper shadow. Whoa. So I'm just gonna kind of like try to fill this out a little bit more. As like, here's the head shadow, here's the paw shadow. And ideally this will result in this like having some kind of overlap with the chat where it gets used in, and it looks all cool and awesome. That's why I pulled the wrong color. Saja we use currently has ventilation issues. You've been moved for Twilight Princess lately. Man, I can't believe they've left Twilight Princess stuck on the Wii U. Like, they still use the the Twilight Princess link render in the Nintendo store, don't they? Oop, wrong thing to erase. I wanted to get up here to the shadows. So why haven't they re-released Twilight Princess? I don't think Wind Waker needs another re-release other than like for the fact people want it on an easier to access console, which is fine. But Twilight Princess is one of those games that people are non-stop clamoring for, you know? You multiply. I just noticed I like didn't get up here. Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD. Honestly, I'm gonna be annoying. I don't think Wind Waker needed an HD version. Like, the bloom they added was a little much, honestly. And the photo mode was so cute! So cute. But once the Miiverse went down, it was really sad because you used to be able to, like, collect little bottles of people's pictures and posts and stuff, and then you can't do that anymore. They did re-release Twilight Princess, but it was on the Wii U Randomist, which is the console before the Switch 1, and now we're on the Switch 2. And the Wii U was very famous for being a console that very few of the general gaming public actually adopted and played. Most of the people that played the Wii U were just like already big Nintendo fans, so they probably still had their copy of Twilight Princess from the GameCube or the Wii. So it was another thing of like, they remastered it, but it was kind of too soon. Now that we're a couple console generations away, I would say it's more important to have that remaster available, especially on a much more like widely adopted console. The devs also didn't want to bother trying to make games for it. It's crazy, no, because like the Wii U, Nintendo's first party lineup went crazy. It's just the third party lineup people didn't care about. But I think it's mostly a symptom of like the larger thing in video game spaces where like lots of devs don't have the development cycle they need to properly optimize their games. So they've been relying for a long time on stronger and stronger hardware to make up for the lack of optimization, which is part of the reason why consoles have pushed for such strong specs nowadays. But like, Xenoblade X was on the Wii U, and that game slapped in terms of like the graphical fidelity, minus the faces people were complaining about those. I think it was fine. But like, it was a giant ass open world that you could seamlessly switch between flight and on foot, with so many different areas with random things to do all over the place on the map. So like, the Wii U actually was a solid console if you just optimized your games. But nobody wanted to, and that's why the third-party lineup suffered. And yes, the bad marketing really did screw it over so bad. I don't know how many times I had to explain to people that the Wii U was a separate console and not an add-on like you were saying, Evie. And like, that was me just like doing my normal thing of shilling for something I enjoy. And even I got tired of it. I don't think I do want the pink part to be shaded, but not the brown part, I think, is my thought. Yeah. Okay, we're almost done with the first draft, at the very least. I think I'm gonna like pull the shadow in a little. Oop. I'm gonna pull this shadow in at the bottom a little more. Make it look, because I was trying to make it look like, oh, like the shoulders that you can barely see are casting a shadow. But I think I want to try and like source it to like it's the paws and the head. Okay, the only other thing I need to do is this glow layer. I'm gonna take these and the airbrush and go, wah! You know, not that much, but whoosh, 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 whoosh. Isn't it cute? Look at that! Wow! A little bit of glow never hurt anyone. Sparkles! If I set you... No, you don't end up getting clipped onto this. Okay, I tried. Oh, because you're in a different folder, that's why. What if I moved you out of the folder? It still works, let's fucking go! I'm never punished! Oh, but then you're under the highlights. Do I just not use that folder? Oh, but if I put you above the highlights, you get clipped onto that, huh? Okay, I am punished. Alright, I think I have to manually clean it up again. Okay, that's probably fine. Okay, close enough. I was gonna say on the console wars you've forgotten to know. All you have to say is, who cares, video games are fun. You wish it just games are fun. Your wallet doesn't though? Yeah. Or not you wish, but you win. The games are fun. I wish games didn't have to be expensive, but with how much time and effort goes into making them, Like, it's a miracle we had $60 games for so long. Whenever people complain about, like, the current pricing for video games, it's like, yeah, I mean, it sucks. I don't like seeing the $70 or $80 price tag either, but goddamn. We've been getting so much bang for our buck. Alright, if I keep the orange on the glow, how does it look over here? Awful! Never mind. Take that white color. Get the glow going. Detaping $100 potentially is a AAA issue. Yeah, yeah. That is the big thing that I was talking about, where like people have been getting lazy with their optimization because they don't have enough dev time to like work on making more efficient games. The other flip side is that like game budgets are ballooning so much nowadays because it's always about like, yeah, we need to have the next big spectacle of a game. And never about, oh, what if we just made something functional and cool? Indie games, I love you. Stops you from buying too many unless it's indie games. In the community Discord, I've got a suggestions channel, and people have been popping off with the game suggestions recently. I have had 2 of them suggested that I'm waiting to see if they get included in the winter sale for Steam. But then I also have seen, like, one game that I've had my eye on is, like, Little Witch in the Woods. You know, cute alchemy / witch sim thing. I think they're gonna be on sale for, like, 20% off. So there's so many indie games I want to play and buy. I mean, buy first and then play eventually, you know? The cafe one looks very cute. Yeah, and apparently it's devastating. Which is like, hell yeah, I love me some cute games that are not just cute, that they've got some meat on their bones. Some grit to get stuck in your teeth. Delicious. Except for when the grit happens in real life. That's not delicious, but that's fine. But yes, cafe sim games, restaurant sim games, I love them. Inject them straight into my veins. Okay, if I zoom all the way out, I think that's decently legible. Ah! Alright, let's give it a shot. That's just if I flick around. Yeah, if I move it beneath, it's not as good. I need to have it on top. Alright. You want an actual Pokemon Diner Dash game because Cafe Remix wasn't one? True! The theme is right there. You have your own little cafe with Pokemon. Why didn't you guys go the extra step? Alright, 2 emotes. And then if this one turns out well, then I might replace UG in the standard emotes for the free ones. So that way it gets into the subscriber emotes. That way people have like the lurking as a free one, but we'll see. How is this turning out? Oh, I need to save the PNG. That's what I have to do. Oh, while this is still open, get the clip studio format. Saved. Already exists. Okay, cool. Saved it while I still had the layers. Whew, whew, ha, whew, ha. Alright, we're good. No panic. Not me. I'm not panicking. Okay, I can already foresee an issue with the shadow under the cat not acting how I wanted it to. Like, it doesn't look quite as shadowy as intended. But let's give it a shot. Oh, well, maybe it does. In light mode, it does. Less so in dark mode. Okay, anybody who is still in my chat who is subscribed, if you could be so kind as to put the Lurk emote into the chat for everyone to see. It should just be under the usual shorthand and then Lurk with a capital L because I capitalize everything like a nerd. Man, like, everybody I know uses the dark mode Twitch. But I know there's gotta be some heathens who use light mode, so, like, how do I get the in-between to work better? Your sub expired some time ago. Ripperoni's randomist. You know, I'm hoping it's actually available. Hang on, it didn't tell me it needed to be approved. Yeah, it should be fine. Okay. Let me give it a shot myself, make sure it's actually showing up. Yep, there it is. With the way that the eyes are drawn, it's like vaguely like a Kirby character. Which I suppose isn't the end of the world. But I suppose like this, it's hard to tell it's a Lurk. And like the shadow doesn't work the way I want it to on dark mode. It's so cute. Thank you! I think I got lost in the cute sauce. Oh, and I can already see, like, the shadows are uneven on one of the ears now. But it doesn't really matter too much in terms of the emote. You know, looking at it from the screen here, what's showing up in chat. I think it's like this. This is roughly what we've got. I don't know. I guess if we resized everything, we could go with the angle of like having the Lurk text actually in the emote. Oh, I feel like it's... I always say how I don't want the text in the emote, and I've been working on ones that are progressively more and more like text reliant. Man, drawing's hard, guys. Let me change off this unused Susato theme. Oh, Iris's theme! Oh, it's a little too poppy. Oh, they had a full synthesizer version. That's cute. Oh, Gina's theme? We can go with that. What do you guys think? Do I keep fucking with it and like change the shadow color on the paws? Or do I, like change with the sizing and put like the Lurk text at the bottom? Like the paws are popping over the Lurk. It's hard for me to decide. I guess if we like hide everything we go back to our thumbnails. We effectively did, like, this one. Did I draw this? Oh, did I do this whole thing while it was all flipped? I did. Oops. Let's try to soften the paws shading a bit. It could be something. When you say soften, do you mean by like how hard the lines are, or perhaps the colors when you say soften? Because what we could do is just take what we have here on this layer. Turn the saturation down a little bit. That doesn't soften it. Luminosity up too. Yeah, that makes the shadow invisible, so I think it's specifically the paws are a little dark, because I see what you mean. The shadow underneath is getting kind of lost. I'm going to, instead of airbrushing right away, I'm gonna take a soft eraser and just see what I can do with it. That, like, gives some depth to the shadow, you know? And I might just, like, do the same around here. And, like, the ears, too. And then I might as well do it around the eyes, because that's kind of harsh. And then, fuck it, might as well do it around here as well. I don't think I'll fuck with anything else on top. I'm just thinking about, like, under the paws. Because my issue is that, like... Well, I guess if the paws have been reduced, then the thing underneath them will look darker by default. Okay, for now I'll save this version. With just some mild adjustments. How much of a change is that? Let's go see. Let's go gambling, I guess I should be saying. Save as work 2. Alright, remove from slot. And since I saved them separately, I can actually just delete this. Alright. Now, next slot. Okay. I have uploaded it. How's that looking? I do think the pause, making the shading softer there, definitely improved it. Is it to the point of eliminating my issue with, like, the shadow? I think so. Good feedback. Thanks, Evie. What would I do without you? Well, I mean, honestly, I wasn't sure if I would actually get this done tonight. Let's fucking go! 3 hours and we actually completed an emote. I don't know if it really comes off as a lurk, but it's cute. So, what? I think that's good enough, right? Like, all of these lurk emotes that I saw examples of are incredibly cute. With big, shiny eyes and all of that. Happy smiles. It's good enough. I will be the cutest. I might lose in every other aspect, but I will be the cutest. Looks like the cat is peeking up for some tuna. Maybe change it from lurk to peek. Yeah, the peek is probably a good idea. I've been inadvertently calling it peek this whole time while looking at it. So that's probably a good idea. I will fix that now. Alright, well, just delete it. Just delete it. Now, one more time, we upload it. We take the second version with the softer pause. And now it is peak. Alright, now the question is, if we want emotes available for followers, I feel like we have to keep the Clover in there. I keep the GG in there for Rike, normally. And then we have 3 extra slots. Right now it's being filled by Ugg, Heart, and Scream. I feel like Scream and Heart are, like, pretty good to have around. But that means I could swap Ugg into the subscriber emotes. And either bring out Fruity, Fellas, or Peak. Question is, what would I swap out? I feel like with how much I make the whole Fruity joke, it would be beneficial to have that available to followers. Same thing with Fellas, though. I've got 2 emotes for gay jokes because I make so many of them. It is entirely necessary to have 2 emotes for gay jokes. You have to understand. This is the majority of my humor whenever I'm playing a video game that's way too straight. But Peak is cuter. Okay, I think Ugg is gonna move up into the subscriber emotes. Remove from slot, and then I think I'm gonna... Would you guys prefer Fruity or Fellas for the free mode? Or for followers only? Slot assignment to 1 subscriber for Ugg. Fellas, fair enough. Alright, Fellas, get out of my subscriber tier. From slot. And then we can put you in this slot up here. Alright, so the Clover, the GGs, the Heart, and the Scream are all still in the follower tier, but I have removed Ugg to the subscriber tier, and then from there, Fellas, the rainbow question mark has been moved to the follower tier. That way we've got, like, I feel like a decent amount of scenarios covered by the follower emotes. And now I can get really granular and specific with the standard emotes. So definitely going to tackle that redraw of the cinema emote at some point. I have an idea in mind for the trade offer emote. Now that we've learned our chibi lesson about everything, I feel like it could be pretty good. So maybe that'll be the next time I do a drawing stream. I work on that. And then I still want to do the Popcat one, but it's gonna be 2 different emotes essentially, because it needs 2 frames in order to actually pop, you know? By the way, can anybody here do an actual popping noise? The best I can do is... But that's not really a pop, you know? It just... I don't know if you guys can even hear it. Oh, you can hear it. Nice. Alright, well, I'm going to get rid of you because I stole your colors. Do not save. You are the PNG version. I'm gonna be paranoid and save you as the original Lurk version too. And you know what? I will actually rename this as Peak instead. Even in my file names, so that way there's no confusion for me. And we'll take a PNG version 2 of the Peak, and then I can get rid of the second Lurk whenever I need. Okay, cool. That worked out. 3 hours. I did it. And I didn't even need to reference this nearly as much because, wow, it turns out drawing a cute little chibi kitty is a lot easier than drawing a chibi cat girl. Who would have thought? The more human-like a figure it is, the more complex it gets. Help. Man, I'm still really happy with this design, but I can see all sorts of like rendering and drawing errors now on this. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're good. Okay, well, it is 12:30, so even though it's only been a few hours, I do have to go because I have work tomorrow. No more work. Give me Christmas holiday already. Just one more week. Christmas, just a week away. Can you believe it? I saw people referencing that earlier, and it's like, oh my god, it really is just a week away. Crazy. Give break! Give break, please! Just everything stop for 5 seconds. I say as we have an estimate for cleaning coming in tomorrow. Or no, people coming in to give us an estimate eventually, so it'll probably be like a week or 2 before we get the estimate because it's taking a while on the others. Man, Gina's theme is a mood. Alright, I will be a good noodle. I didn't stream this past week, I didn't raid this past weekend, so we should find someone to raid tonight. Who's still going?